Oh, there you're getting a bit close, aren't you? Whoa, shit! This is the Fafrees F20 Mate, and it is a trike, meaning 3 wheels, but it's an e-trike, and it's one with all the requirements to be able to fully register it in the EU. This has got some really cool features that you need to see. So let's get it on the road, but first, right, I know I usually start on the road, but I thought it'd be interesting starting here, because last time I had a trike, I struggled to get it out of there. But this is 10 centimeters narrower at 74 centimeters. So I'm hoping it should get through the door. I have measured it, so it should get through. Ugh, first step. Is it gonna come out of here? It's gonna come out of here, that's good. Let's get this open straight away. Oh God, it's heavy. 40 kilograms, by the way, this is. And it is back heavy. So I'm not sure, bloody hell. Oof. I can't really lift it. I have to do it like that. 2, 3, 4. Even though it's 40 kilograms, which is just as heavy as some heavy e-bikes, because all the weight is concentrated over here, you might find it a bit more awkward to manage or get upstairs or anything like that. Not that you'd want to get a trike up a set of stairs. Right. Okay. We have a little issue. Okay, what I can do, if I unclip this, I can actually go around the corner like that. Look at this. This is clever, isn't it?
It's an alien.
I did it. Look at that. Did you see that? Ow. I got out. So this is the Fafrees F20 Mate, and it's the first Fafrees trike that I've tried. And it looks cool, doesn't it? And it's fast. So that 500 watt motor, the peaks at 750, does seem to have a bit of punch. No gears, so I am just ghost pedaling. It's a cadence sensor, meaning I'm getting that max power. The cadence sensor takes about a rotation before the power kicks in. It's very comfortable. And the funny thing about this is it actually comes in 2 forms. It comes in an EU road legal, as in with a license form, basically kind of like equivalent to a moped. So it's got a lot of extra kind of features that you'd need to have on a bike that you wanted to register and ride legally and go above the 25 kilometer per hour limit. So let's have a quick look around and see what kind of features it's got, because some are really cool. Whoa, shit! Woo. Why was I going into a curve then? I'm not fully sure exactly what it's being registered as. It says on the side here, LVC Mate, 500 watts, 30 kilometers per hour, max 180 kilogram load. That doesn't give you any information at all, does it? But apparently it's got some sort of EU thing that allows it to get registered on the road. And it's also got, well, let's see how the bike came really quick and what came in it, because something that came in it is quite interesting. It's a real big box. That's what it looks like when you open it up. The front mudguard and that buzzer and that light all on this connection here, which luckily screws in and doesn't need bolting from the other side. In the box, we've got a 3 amp charger, we've got a lock, we've got the quick release, we've got a number plate, we've got a gift box with reflectors, inner tube, dust caps, tools, brake pads, key ring, manual and zip ties, and wing mirrors. And the 3 amp charger is charging the 21 amp hour battery and should take about 7 hours. You can see on this button, it's got a left and it's got a right. So if I just go left like that, at the front, you can see a left indicator, which is also replicated at the back. And in this sunny day, they do seem pretty bright. You can see on the screen if it's on or not. So when I come to indicate left, you'll see that it'll tell me that I'm indicating left, because I was kind of worried that I wouldn't know and I'd have to kind of guess if I needed to turn it off or if I forgot about it. So I'm going to turn left here, I'm going to indicate left. I will stick my hand out as well, just in case. And I can see on the computer screen that it's turning left, so I know that I need to cancel it, which you can do by clicking left again. In direct sunlight, I can see the computer screen. It's a screen I've used many times before. It's all right, nothing amazing, but I can see it. The only problem is I've got a load of yellow reflected in because of my jacket. It has got a front light, which I believe is always on, and a rear light, which is actually a brake light. It also came with some really big wing mirrors, because to ride this on the road properly, you need big wing mirrors as well. And it's rolling off, so I'm going to use this really cool feature now. It's got a hydraulic brake lock. It's only called a hydraulic brake lock because these are hydraulic brakes. Anyway, it's got a little thingy thing here, so I'm going to pull that up, and then when I pull this, you'll hear a little click. There we go. And now it's locked. You can do it to the back one as well. There we go. And now this crazy wind isn't going to be moving this around. The brakes are 180mm disc brakes. Of course they're hydraulic, and there's 3 discs because there's 3 wheels. And speaking of those brakes, let's have a quick brake check. I'm going to do a brake test at this. Let's start 18 miles per hour. Whoa. 1, 2, 3 and a bit. People got themselves in all kinds of a hurry. So the motor down here is 500 watts, but it peaks at 750. So let's see how that motor copes with a hill and how fast can it get to 15.5. Right, hill climb test. I believe this has got 65 Newton meters of torque. So 3, 2, 1, go. What the hell was that? Okay, getting up some good speed. 18 miles per hour. Okay, it's starting to slow down now. We've passed the main obstacles though. It looks like we are going to get up. Down to 10 miles per hour. It's pretty good though, because a lot of 500 watt bikes, or bikes that claim to be 500 watts, don't get up the hill. And there we are. And across the line. Now, to be honest, I actually wasn't expecting to get up, so I am very impressed that it did. Well done, mate. Literally, it's called a mate. Let's do the 0 to 15.5 super scientific test. You ready? So, 3, 2, 1, go. Stop. Bit of a skid there. Something to note is that the throttle matches the pedal assist mode that you are in. So if you are in pedal assist 1, the throttle will take you up to about 6 miles an hour or something. This is me just riding on my own, and I don't hold out much hope for this because there's no gears, and currently I am going down a very slight hill, but I can see now it's leveled off. If I'm pedaling myself, I can probably go about 10 miles an hour. So just from a standstill, pedal assist 1 does take you 4 miles per hour. Pedal assist 2 takes you about 9.5 miles per hour. Pedal assist 3, 12.5 miles an hour. Pedal assist 4, 15.5 miles an hour. Got to say the hand grips, especially without gloves as well, are extremely comfortable with their little palm rests. Right, let's get that battery out, get the key, just shove it in, and literally just pull it out. So this one's 48 volts, 21 amp hours, which is 1,008 watt hour capacity, and they reckon you can get somewhere between 90 and 110 kilometers. The UK one is actually something like 19.8, I think, amp hours, so a tiny bit smaller, but because the trike will be going at 15.5 miles per hour, the range is actually said to be a bit more on that one, because this one goes at about 19 miles per hour. And to get it in, slide it down the side, poke it in, turn the key, and it's locked. there's the motor, and when you pedal, the chain is actually pushing the motor around, and then you and the motor are working together to push the back wheels around. It's not mid-drive though, it still technically counts as like a hub drive thing, except obviously it's not in the hubs, because that would be here in these wheels, which are 20 inches in diameter, 3 inches wide, together with the front suspension, which is adjustable with preload, although that usually does nothing, and you can lock it out if you want, but I wouldn't bother. It's quite nice as it is, it's not too squidgy. As well as a very comfortable saddle, which is both sprung and has a suspension seat post. So it's very comfortable, but let's see what it's like on the worst road in Wolverhampton. So let's test out that rear suspension saddle on front suspension on this, and that actually feels quite nice, but how will it cope with an R test? How are those rattling mudguards going to cope with this? Not bad at all. It's always the suspension saddle, because the vibration actually goes through me. The suspension saddle being directly on me means it actually, over this kind of stuff, makes it very comfortable. As long as the suspension saddle doesn't bottom out, and this one doesn't, because many suspension saddles bottom out, which renders them totally pointless. But this one, because it doesn't, it's actually quite good. Now obviously if you are on the road, you're going to want to use a horn, and this horn is very loud indeed. It comes out of this little thing that is on behind the lights. It also has dual reflectors at the back, as well as another reflector under there, so it's like triple reflectors, and it's got the 2 reflectors on the side as well. The rear rack is nice and solid and can take 45 kilograms, and it's got this, comes with this nice little bag that you can velcro over the sides, so you can put stuff in there and things won't fall out. You can also get a front rack which takes about 15 kilograms, I think. It could be 25, and it comes with some very nice metal mudguards, which I think metal is probably the best, but I prefer plastic. These can rattle. I've got a bit of rattling coming from the rear right mudguard, I believe, but that's because it was bent a bit too close to the wheel, so it was rubbing it. So all I've done is just bend it back a bit, and it's fixed it. Pedals, not sure what they are. They're metal though, and they seem good enough. We do have some wiring on the outside of the bike. There's a little bit of wiring on the inside as well, and we've got this little bit of slack here, which is standard on folding e-bikes, because if it's not slack, when you fold it, it would tear itself to pieces. This big plush saddle, as well as its suspension and the suspension seat post, does make it a very comfortable ride. Other trikes I've seen have got like these kind of cinema seat things, and it's nice and all, but I'm not sure it's really needed. Oh, there you're getting a bit close, aren't you? SC09 chill. There's a definite learning curve riding a trike. I mean, it's great because obviously if your balance isn't the best, then you don't need balance like you do on a normal bike. But if you are used to a normal bike, then trikes just, they go around corners different. You got to adjust your body differently, and then you got to remember that your wheels stick out. So if you think you're going to miss a bump that's to your left, actually your back wheels are going to hit it. But it's all good fun, and it's so nice that I can actually get this back into my garden. Right, while we caught behind this learner, let's see how the trike folds and what sizes of people can fit on it. Let's kind of have a look and see what it looks like once it's folded. I'm going to get around here and do it, I think. So let's put that around there. Let it land on the thing if it needs to. Let's see if we can get that wheel inside. I don't think we can. Oh, sort of. And then, there we go. That bit. Ugh. Oh yeah, little catch there. Pull that, and then down that goes. As you can see, it's not the most compact when folded, and even though it can fold, I wouldn't say it's worth arguing trying to get it on public transport. Now, being a trike, it doesn't have a stand, and it also means if you're short, it doesn't matter if you can't reach the floor. So if I put it into its shortest position, as long as you can reach the pedals, then you're okay. Although technically, because it's got a throttle, you don't even need to reach the pedals all the way around. But what's more important is its highest position, which is here. And not only can you raise the saddle, you can also raise the handlebars, not particularly far, just about that far. So that lets you get up to here. Now I think you'd probably be, they say 2 meters, but you know, mid 6 foot, you'll be okay on this. As we all know, nothing is perfect. So let's pop into future me and let's talk negatives. Well, firstly, this is more of a trike negative. Because it is a trike, if the ground is not perfectly flat and slightly curved, on a normal 2-wheel bike, your natural equilibrium makes you stay upright and you don't actually drive or ride at an angle. Whereas on a trike, you will. Because these roads are cambered, who came up with that? Was it like Brunel or Brindley or Thomas Telford to drain off the liquid to the sides? Because of that, technically, you're always slightly to the left. And you really feel it. If you're used to a normal bike, when you get on a trike, you can feel that you are slightly to the left. And I think it was making me, sometimes, if I wasn't paying attention, go towards the curb. I still find them very, very odd to ride. I don't know if it's just the way I sit, but I feel like I'm being dragged to the left. Also, don't forget, you've got 3 wheels. And of course, when you get to places like this, you don't have to put your feet down. Very cool. Does it cope all right with curbs? Let's go down a curb. Whoa! Oh yeah. Of course, one wheel goes down before the other wheel, which is a bit weird. Ow. Right, and don't forget that if you put your foot down, there's a wheel right behind it. So you need to move it out the way first. In fact, why am I putting my foot down? I'm not on a bike. Anyway, ow, that really hurts. Now, negative specifically about this, some might not see this as a negative, but if you sit there for a while in pedal assist 5 or whatever, eventually it will go to pedal assist 0 and then you won't be able to go. So you might be waiting to cross the road, and if you've been waiting too long, you might go to pedal assist 0 without you knowing, and you go to pedal away and you're going really slow. And then you've got to quickly pedal assist up, but it won't let you until you pull the brake. And when you pull the brake, it'll say ready. So right now, I can't do pedal assist up or down. I have to pull the brake first. Maybe that's not negative, but I'd rather not have that feature. As you might have noticed, metal mud guards, they're great and all, but they can be a bit clangy. These actually weren't too bad when I cured the rubbing problem. I'm not sure how to actually turn off the lights. I don't mind the lights being on all the time. Because the indicators are on the left and the right, the eye information button, if you press it once, it will actually be the left indicator. So you have to hold it down, which allows you to scroll through the various pieces of information. However, you'd think that if you hold the light down, the light would turn off, but it doesn't. And it doesn't seem to have any dedicated light button that I can see. So there's no walk mode. If you found walk mode useful, there's a little icon there that says there's a walk mode, but there doesn't seem to be a walk mode. However, in pedal assist 1, that is so slow that it's almost like a walk mode. Problem is, you've got to reach over there to hold it down. Having said that, there is a cruise control that kicks in after you've held it down for about 5 seconds, so it's not too bad. To turn left and right, it's on this computer here. It is a bit far away. You do have to sort of take your hand off, and I'd rather it just be a thumb switch down here that I could just access without having to take my hand off the hand grip. Also, although you do get a little visual indicator there, I would have preferred it if there was some sort of beeping, just to remind myself to turn it off, because like I said, in direct sunlight, it can get a bit hard to see, and I did find myself leaving it on a few times. These rear indicators are quite close together and they're kind of almost hidden underneath the basket. So if I was in a car, I'm not entirely sure I'd actually see that, and I'm not entirely sure I'd see the rear light either. So it'd probably be better if those could have been put either side of the basket and then that light on the basket as well. It might be a fairly easy modification, but I think it should have been done from the start. This little catch here, when you are folding it back up again, doesn't always want to shut, so you got to kind of wiggle that around and eventually it finds its way into the correct position, which I'm still not entirely sure what the correct position is. There we go. Not always first time, or second, or third, or fourth, or fifth. I suppose the main negative is they have these two versions. One's this EU legal version that can go on the road, and the other one's meant to be a UK version, except by saying that the motor is 500 watts, it's already technically illegal, no matter if the throttle is disconnected or if it's reduced to work only up to 4 miles per hour. Same with the speed. I tried to lock it down to 15.5 miles per hour, and actually it's set to 19. So it could just be that I've got the EU version, and when you get the UK version it will be locked down. So it might be worth checking with Fafrees about that, or if Fafrees are listening right now, you can leave a comment for us and we'll let everyone know that UK version is actually UK legal, and you might want to let them know on the website that it's 250 watts and not 500 watts. But that's it really. It's a very nice trike. It is a bit expensive though, because the one I had before, the much bigger one, it was quite a lot cheaper than this. This one's nearly, this is about 2,000 euros. So it does seem a bit expensive when you compare it to the other trike that I tried. However, it is very nice, and if I had to choose between one or two, I'd probably go with this one. I prefer the look of this one. I prefer the paint job on this one. I don't think it needs to be a fat tire trike like the other one was. Also, it's compact. That 10 centimeter reduction in width allows me to easily, well, fairly easily, get it out of my back garden. So if I wanted to keep this, I could actually keep this. Whereas the other one, I literally couldn't keep it. It just wouldn't get in and out of my back garden. So for that, I really like it, and I do like that. But what I really want is a back seat. I think there should be a back seat with some foot pegs so you can take a passenger. This does have a capacity of 180. That is enough for most pairs of humans. But I'll tell you what I do like about this. I like the logo because it reminds me of stickers in the 90s that you would put on your bike. It's just the way they've done that font there. It's very 90s kid cool, and I like it because I was a kid in the 90s. And now let's pop into even further future me and find out what kind of range I got. Right, so we've just done over 15 miles and we've lost one bar. Now we lost the bar on about 13 miles. Now I don't think, there's 5 bars, I don't think we can do 5 times 13, 65. It's meant to do 110 kilometers, which is about 68 miles. But to do that, it would be 70 kilogram rider, probably pedal assist 2 or 3, probably 3 because 2 is ridiculously slow. Now I was in pedal assist 5 pretty much all the time. I'm 100 kilograms. I reckon I could have got about 40 to 50. I reckon I could get 50 on this for the whole thing. So if we were to knock it down to pedal assist 3 and I was lighter, there's a good chance we could get what they think we could. So as we try and get back onto smooth land, let's just finish by saying this is a very nice, compact e-trike. I like the power, I like the comfort, I like the extra features that make it road legal. It's all in all a very cool package. So if you are interested, there is a link in the description, probably discount code 2. It will help the channel if you use it. But of course, if you're in the market for other e-bikes or even another e-trike that I've tried, do check that out. Do subscribe if you want to keep up with e-bike content. If you enjoyed that video, give us a thumbs up. If you didn't enjoy it or had problems with it, give us a thumbs down, but do tell us why it was a thumbing down in the comments. Thank you so much for getting this far anyway. That's the most help you can give. And until next time, ride safe.